You work hard every single week, you earn your paycheck, you follow the rules you were taught, you save what you can after the bills are paid. Yet, despite all this effort, you may still feel like you are running a race and never truly getting ahead. This feeling is a signal that something is fundamentally misunderstood about the nature of money. Many of us are taught to equate the money we earn each month with being rich. That flow of cash is called income. But income is not wealth. Confusing the two is the biggest obstacle to financial freedom. This video will shatter the common myths you absorbed without question and explain why school never prepared you. Show the simple, powerful truths of how wealth is built. The most important secret about money is hidden in plain sight. Earning a good salary is a necessary start. It is not the finish line. It does not guarantee you'll be rich. True wealth is defined by how much you own. It comes from owning things that generate money for you, independent of your time and labor. Our education system prepares us for jobs and salaries. It teaches us how to be valuable employees. It rarely ever teaches us how to become owners or how to make money work after you've clocked out. This is not a conspiracy. It's a blind spot in our collective education. This gap leaves millions trapped in a cycle of earning and spending, wondering why their bank account doesn't reflect their years of dedication. They chase higher salaries, bigger bonuses, more prestigious titles, believing the next raise will change everything. But without shifting from earning to owning, higher income often just fuels a more expensive treadmill. The goal of this video is to provide that shift. We will dismantle the myths that keep you stuck. We will redefine finance's building blocks in simple terms. We will lay out a clear, actionable path to genuine wealth built on ownership, not just effort. The journey does not begin with complex spreadsheets or risky stock picks. Unlearn common financial advice. Look at your paycheck not as the end goal, but as a tool, a seed for something larger. These concepts aren't for financial wizards or the already rich. They are simple, timeless principles used by ordinary people to achieve financial security. Understand the difference: income and wealth, assets and liabilities, and saving and owning. Make small, deliberate choices that compound into greater freedom and gain control over your future. The most pervasive myth in personal finance is the idea that a large income is synonymous with wealth. We hear it in conversations, see it in movies, we absorb it through cultural osmosis. If I could just make six figures, all my problems would be solved. This belief confuses the river with the reservoir. Income is the river, a constant flow of money through your hands. It pays the mortgage, buys the groceries, keeps the lights on. Income lets you live for today. Wealth is the reservoir, accumulated value that can sustain you tomorrow, even if the river runs dry. It is what you keep, not what you make. Consider two professionals, a doctor and a teacher. The doctor earns $300,000 a year. She lives in a sprawling house, drives a luxury car, enjoys expensive vacations. After taxes, loan payments, and other expenses, she saves about $10,000 a year. Her wealth grows slowly. The teacher earns $60,000 a year. He lives simply, drives a reliable used car. He is intentional with spending. He saves and invests $15,000 a year. Over a decade, the teacher adds more wealth than the doctor, despite lower income. This is not an argument against earning more money. A higher income is powerful if used correctly. It gives you a larger shovel to fill your reservoir. The problem, your outflow pipe, spending, grows with the inflow. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is the raw material for wealth. A small gap on a large income can be outperformed by a large gap on a small income. Measure progress by net worth. Assets minus your liabilities. Step 1. Separate your identity and self-worth from the number on your payslip. Your income is a tool, not a trophy. Use income to acquire assets for long-term wealth. Closely related to the first myth is the hopeful belief that the next promotion or a bigger salary will be the magic bullet for all financial worries. It is a tempting thought. If I just had an extra $1,000 a month, I could finally get ahead. While a raise can provide temporary relief, it rarely solves things permanently. This is due to lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation. As income goes up, expectations and desires rise too. The reliable sedan looks dated next to a newer model. The cozy apartment suddenly feels cramped. Dining out becomes more frequent. The extra money quietly becomes the new normal. That extra $1,000 a month is fully allocated to new car payments, a higher mortgage, more subscriptions. You earn more, but feel just as financially stretched. Taxes also take a big bite, reducing take-home pay. You're running faster on the hamster wheel, not closer to the exit. Jack Whitaker's story is an extreme example. In 2002, he won a staggering $315 million Powerball. His income became effectively infinite, yet his spending escalated. He bought mansions, he bought cars, he bought a private jet. Within a few years, the fortune was gone. The behavior is universal. Money magnifies habits. The real solution is choices made before the money arrives. The moment you learn of a raise or bonus is critical. Don't ask, "What can I buy?" Ask, "How much can I automatically divert to investments?" Decide ahead. Allocate 50%. Decide ahead. Allocate 75%. Decide ahead, or even all. A bigger paycheck is not a cure. It's an accelerant. If you were to remember only one concept from this entire video, let it be this one. Understanding the simple, profound difference between an asset and a liability is the key that unlocks the entire game of wealth building. The definitions are refreshingly straightforward. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. This simple filter is the most powerful tool you have for evaluating your financial life. To build wealth, your goal is to spend your life acquiring assets and minimizing liabilities. The poor and middle class often acquire liabilities that they think are assets. Let's look at some clear examples. A rental property that generates positive cash flow after expenses is an asset. A dividend-paying stock is an asset. A profitable business you own is an asset. A creative work, like a book or song that earns royalties, is an asset. These assets create income not tied to your hourly work. They are little money-making machines you own. Conversely, many encouraged purchases are actually liabilities. A brand new car bought with a loan is a liability. It loses value the moment you drive it off the lot. It also costs you monthly payments, insurance, fuel, maintenance. A credit card balance is a quintessential liability. Even a primary residence can act as a liability for decades. It takes money out monthly for mortgage, taxes, insurance, upkeep, and it usually doesn't put money back until you sell, if it appreciated. Try this exercise. Draw a line down the middle of a paper. Left side, list what generates money for you. Right side, list what costs you money each month. For most people, the right column is long and the left is short or empty. Being told to save your money is perhaps the most common piece of financial advice given, and it is not bad advice, it is just incomplete. Saving money is a crucial first step. It provides a buffer against emergencies, giving you a safety net so that a surprise car repair or medical bill does not spiral into a financial crisis. Having an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses stored in a safe, accessible savings account is the foundation of financial stability. It gives you peace of mind and protects you from having to go into debt or sell your investments at the wrong time. But saving by itself will almost never make you wealthy. It is a defensive strategy, not an offensive one. The primary reason saving alone is a losing strategy is a quiet, invisible force called inflation. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, the purchasing power of currency is falling. If you hide $100 in a shoebox today, in 10 years, you will still have a $100 bill. However, that $100 will buy significantly less than it does today. If inflation averages just 3% per year, the value or buying power of your saved cash will be cut in half in about 24 years. Your money is effectively losing value every single day it sits idle in a low-interest or no-interest account. Saving is like trying to walk up a descending escalator. You have to work just to stay in the same place. To build real wealth, your money needs to not only keep pace with inflation, but outrun it significantly. This requires moving from being a saver to being an investor. Investing means deploying your capital into assets that have the potential to grow in value or generate income at a rate higher than inflation. This could mean buying shares of established companies, lending money to corporations or governments, purchasing real estate, starting a business. Each of these carries a different level of risk, but they all share the common goal of making your money work for you and grow over time. We have established that a high income is not wealth, and that saving alone is not enough. The ultimate principle that ties everything together is ownership. To be wealthy is to be an owner. When you rely solely on a job for income, you are renting out your time. You are paid for hours worked. When you stop, income stops. Ownership changes this. Own an income-producing asset, and it works for you 24/7, on vacation, while you sleep, or when you're busy with other things. That's the decoupling. Financial freedom. Ownership takes many forms. Here's the most common: the stock market. Buy a share of a company like Apple. Buy a share of a company like Coca-Cola. You're buying a tiny piece of that business, not just a digital certificate. You become a part owner. As that company innovates, sells products, and generates profits, you, as owner, get a piece of the success. That can be dividends or an increase in your stake's value. You're leveraging thousands of employees and huge infrastructure to build your wealth. Another form is real estate. Owning rental property provides shelter, a basic human need. Tenants pay you rent, which, if managed well, creates a stream of income. After covering the mortgage and covering expenses, over time, tenants help pay down your loan, and the property may rise in value. Similarly, owning a business, even a small side hustle, is direct ownership. You create a product or a service and own the system that captures the profits. You directly benefit with no earning ceiling. Example: Sarah, a nurse. She had steady income, but knew it wouldn't fund early retirement. She started by saving aggressively, then used savings for a down payment on a small rental. Rent exceeded her mortgage payment. Small, consistent cash flow. She reinvested that extra cash plus continued saving and bought a second property years later. Fast forward a decade. Sarah owned a small portfolio, generating enough passive income to cut shifts and spend more time with family. Her initial income wasn't huge, but adopting ownership transformed her financial life. School may not have taught you these principles, but it is never too late to learn. The path to building real, lasting wealth is not complicated. Discard old myths. Adopt a new way of thinking. Your income is a tool, not the end goal. Wealth is not what you earn. Wealth is what you own. Assets that pay you, not liabilities that cost you. Dedicate yourself to accumulating assets. Move beyond saving. Embrace investing. Let your money outpace inflation. Your plan to start today can be broken down into a few simple, actionable steps. First, build your foundation. Save 3 months of essential living expenses. An emergency fund. This is your defense. Second, become a student of your own finances. Make a list of everything you own. Make a list of everything you spend money on. Ruthlessly label each item as an asset or a liability. This clarity is your map. Third, begin your offense, no matter how small. Open an investment account. Set up an automatic transfer to buy a low-cost index fund every month. Consistency is more important than the amount. $500, $50. Start the habit of buying assets.